We have Lou Wegner here, who I personally think is a really cool kid. I don't know.
Lou Wegner is a 15-year-old actor and animal activist.
I am passionate about all animals. I am a huge animal lover. I've always been into dogs. I've been rescuing dogs since I was a very young boy.
Lou's mission is to get pups off the street and out of cages by finding them a brand new home.
The organization I started is Kids Against Animal Cruelty. It's a website that's all about networking and sharing information on dogs so that they can get adopted. I have rescued about 200 animals total since I've done Kids Against Animal Cruelty, and 7 of those are mine. Well, I want to continue acting. I love acting, but I also want to work with like humane societies, maybe become a vet. Around me are a lot of the pictures that I have dogs I have rescued and friends that have helped me rescue them. And this gives me hope that if these dogs can get rescued, maybe some other ones will get rescued too.
And he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk and has kids from all over following him.
It's amazing the number of kids that have gotten involved that we just personally know that weren't involved before.
I am passionate about rescuing animals because they're lovely creatures, and I feel bad for them. You know, you see them in the cages and they only have like a couple hours left. And it's just like, what if I was in that position? You know, what if I was found on the streets and I was put into a cage and I was going to be put down in 3 days?
Lou realized at a very young age that animals need lots of love too, and was determined to end cruelty to them.
At 11 and 12, I always had my big ideas, you know, of I'm gonna go to a puppy mill and I'm gonna open all the cages. I mean, of course you can't do that, but that was my idea when I was younger. I'd have crazy ideas. As I got older, I learned more about like the abuse of animals and the mistreatment of a lot of animals in this world, and it breaks my heart. I feel bad for those animals when you see them and they're shy and they're scared. I just want them to open up and become happy dogs.
And along with most of the world, Lou figured out that by using the internet and social networking, he could really boost awareness.
Say I went on Facebook and I said, hey, there's this dog, you should pass it around, and then you pass it to these people, and then I would pass it to these people. And because it's being passed around, the shelter looks at that, and then they see that, okay, this dog's being passed around, we should give it some more time, and maybe it'll get adopted. On Facebook, I go to the shelter, I find a picture of the dog that we're trying to save, I post it on my page, and then people just share it from there. This is my Facebook page, Kids Against Animal Cruelty, and this is where all the networking happens. There's also a lot of pictures of me and my friends helping network the dogs at the adoptions. This is my little doggy bank. All my leftover change that I find in my pockets, or sometimes my allowance, goes into this, and I donate it to whoever needs help.
When Lou isn't acting or going to school, he spends his weekends at pet adoptions, trying to get dogs out of shelters.
Every other Saturday I go to these adoptions that local shelters, for example, Baldwin Park, which I work at the most, they bring the dogs to a park, and it's just a wonderful experience for the dogs because it's a chance to get adopted, and even if they don't get adopted, they get a chance to run around the park, have some freedom. The main goal is to get a dog adopted, but we also love it when people foster dogs, and fostering a dog is basically watching the dog until someone adopts it. And the great thing about fostering is that it's out of the shelter, it's got a second chance, and once it gets adopted, then we hope it goes to a forever home and it has a happy life.
I think we've just scratched the surface of it, and so it's where his dreams take him. I'm just here to support him and make sure he stays on the right road.
And if you're wondering how you can get involved, well, Lou is here to tell you.
The one thing I can say to everyone watching this is to just do what you believe in. If you love animals, then please help out. You can join my Facebook page, Kids Against Animal Cruelty, and network dogs on there. It's always a big help.
I think Lou's got a good head and shoulders, and I think he's got a bright future ahead of him as long as he stays focused on what he wants to do. I hate to use a cliche like pay it forward, but that's what he's trying to do. It's a whole philosophy that just, if I help somebody and they help somebody and they help somebody, whether it be a dog or a person or whatever the case is, that all of a sudden everybody's helping everybody, and it's just a better place to live.
This young icon is making the world a better place, one pooch at a time.
I think anyone can make a difference. Have an open heart, and if you really stand up for what you believe, and then I think anyone will listen to you. And it's a great thing to stand up for what you believe in and just follow your dreams.